Sexy games for couples. Hot games, quizzes, questions, and sexy conversations to warm up your relationship. Written by Frank Blackmon. Narrated by Jade Leonard.
Introduction. Remember when you were a kid and all you wanted to do was play? Do you remember the fun and pleasure the games gave you and how it brought you closer to your friends? Sex games also have a great effect in bringing a couple closer, not only in their sex life, but also in their relationship. While there are some sex games available online or at an adult store that you can buy, many of the sex games can be fairly easy to organize and require no financial expense. 3 great low-cost options for creating a sex game for a couple are: one of you notes the little details of sexual fantasy or erotic situation on a piece of paper so that the person has to recite what is written and the other person has to try to guess what it is. When you have guessed correctly, the exchanges are exchanged. Write some different sexual activities on separate pieces of paper. Take turns pulling each of them out of a hat and representing them. Another thing couples should remember about sex games is that they can make a great addition to foreplay, especially for women. The longer the foreplay, the better. As you enter one or more games, the sex fires begin to burn. Definitely try to be as playful and creative as possible to make love. As we said, being playful was something that all of us were children, and it is a shame that it is something that adults have largely lost. Sex doesn't always have to be serious. Add some games to your sex life, and it will do a lot of good to your overall relationship. If you abbreviate the ideas of sex games for couples, there are several websites that offer ideas. There are also some games that you can buy online or at an adult store. However, in general, the best games, like when we were kids, are often ones that you invent. It doesn't take much imagination to make up some cool games. Have fun. Chapter 1. Fun sex games for couples you can play. Fun sex games for couples are the perfect answer for those who want to end their normal and predictable sex life. Assuming you are serious about breaking the routine sexual act that led to sexual depression, playing some fun sex games for couples can really help. How often did you have prolonged foreplay before having real sex? If you don't remember, it's time to change it. Taking part in games for couples means rekindling the waning flame in your relationship. Learning some games and the resulting variations means teaching you different ways to achieve a more enjoyable orgasm. It doesn't matter if you're shy or very open. There are fun sex games for couples that satisfy everyone's tastes. Playing means getting out of the routine in which most couples get involved. Human nature must gravitate towards routine, but when it comes to sex, this is something we should try to avoid. Fun sex games for couples involve active participation instead of just lying in bed and making the moves. Imagine having at least 30 minutes of foreplay before having sex. Learning and playing fun sex games for couples will show your partner that you care and are willing to try new things to keep your sex life fresh and exciting. Don't let yourself fall into a banal routine. Good sex means leaving our comfort zones and being open to try new things. Some oral sex games for couples. Open your mouth, then close your eyes, and nowhere is a big surprise. The charm and joy of oral sex. Although traditional relationships are usually the preferred option for heterosexual couples, it cannot be denied that part of oral sex can be a wonderful alternative for both men and women. Guys, remember that penis health can be important here. A member is more likely to receive oral maintenance if it looks, smells, and smells healthy. And while oral sex is just a hearty pleasure, some couples find that incorporating games into their oral fun can be even more rewarding.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?